Greetings, my name is Kavayah. Before I talk about my time here at AI, I think I need to give you a little information and history about myself. I'm a professional composer, producer, educator, and musician who's been blessed to have traveled the world doing what I love to do and gotten paid for it. Here I am with Kimani Marley, son of the legendary Bob Marley. I've played for small, intimate venues up to 90,000 fan arenas. I've performed in all the major genres, and I've produced groups all around the world. Life on the road can be a struggle sometimes, though. You're in a different city every other night, or in a hotel or a bus bunk. I was away from my family for 6 months on the 2008 Van Halen tour. Some of the places I've been and people I've met have inspired me and influenced my musicality and philosophy immensely. I've been touring with local, national, and international groups since 1991. Having all this experience with music and other musicians led me to branch out on the other instruments that I play, and gave me opportunities to work with other up-and-coming artists as well as enhance my own projects. But with the economic crash and some other unfortunate turn of events, I had a realization. This fantasy world would not last forever and wasn't really what I wanted to do forever. So I gave up my flip-flops and beaches and laced up my boots in preparation for the cold concrete of Boston. I had done a lot of work in studios, so I figured I would find a way to spend more time on the other side of the board. So I did some research and I found my way to AI. In hopes of turning my love of music and sound into another means of doing what I love and supporting my family. I was impressed with the facility, the faculty, its students, the many clubs and opportunities that it has. I was a little apprehensive about transitioning from the green room to the classroom, but I was excited and ready to put my brain and resolve to the test. It's been over 20 years since my last college experience, and my schedule here at AI was intense from start to finish. Tech 1 with Rick Smith allowed me to use more of my left brain concerning music and sound. I learned about frequency, wavelength, compression and rarefaction, impedance calculations, and signal flow. Here I did my first Mic Specs project. Audio Recording 1 with Dave Lefkowitz allowed me to learn a little more about signal flow and the use of external hardware inserts and sends, and basic mixing techniques using the TOF 24-channel board. Audio Tech 2 with Tony Schultz was the class that helped answer many of the questions I've had about spectral, dynamic, and time-based effects and their proper uses. I also brought in my knowledge about many mics, preamps, DI boxes, and cabling. This helped me make educated choices for the final $25,000 studio budget proposal, which with a little tweaking, I'll be bringing to some investors soon. Next was Intro to Computer Music with Tony Schultz. In this class, we explored the history and many uses of musical instrument digital interface, MIDI. There were many quizzes, exams, and projects that gave us hands-on experience with MIDI using the Juno D and Pro Tools 10. I did a presentation that showed the mechanics and usefulness of MIDI mapping and key mapping in order to increase workflow and speed, as well as decreasing the need for the pesky mouse. Keyboard controller programming and DAW interfacing is something I want to learn much more about and eventually offer as a freelance service. I had the most fun in digital audio and media with Owen Curtin, not only because of Owen's teaching style, but also because of the many projects like the Read Edit Lab, where we created glitchless audio from many vocal takes, and the Loop and Remix projects, where we arranged random loops into a song and tempo mapped the song and created grid loops from segments of the song. And then began my love for post with the Star Wars trailer. This encompassed adding effects and music to a movie clip in order to recreate a stimulating action sequence. I truly look forward to doing more post-production work. Next was Rec 2 with Sean McLaughlin. Studio B gave me flashbacks of my early days of recording, but the signal flow, patching, and mic placement techniques I learned in this class with Sean are used on every stage or in every quality studio worldwide. Hard disk recording, also with Sean McLaughlin, helped expand my knowledge of Pro Tools by introducing nearly 50 new key commands, which I put to good use on my class mix project, which you're hearing now, and on my Avengers trailer, where I took what I learned in digital audio to the next level.
What do we do?
We get ready. There was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable individuals.
This class also helped me learn how to operate the Yamaha O2R digital mixing board, as well as the Yamaha Studio Manager software. I've been interacting with live sound, front of house, and monitor engineers for over 20 years, but live sound reinforcement with Rick Smith gave me a new respect and appreciation for the men and women in this field. I learned more about signal flow, strain relieving, mic and speaker placement, crossovers, ringing out the monitors, and creating mixes with the M7 and the Mix Wizard consoles. In Live Sound 2, Rick taught us the basics of grounding, how to create cancellation using baffles and mics, adapters, shieldings, and so much more. Advanced recording techniques with Patrick Keating brought me back into the realms of the big boys that I'm accustomed to. I became familiar with the SSL duality board and its signal flow, along with the host of outboard gear like API preamps, Millennia compressors, and LA2 leveling amplifiers. I also recorded a band that I play with the help of a great student engineer, Brian Fay. I was able to use some high-quality mics and learn advanced miking techniques as well. The information I acquired here at AI was of a very high caliber, but the friendships and connections I made here were easily worth the tuition. I would recommend this institute to any youth with a passion for sound, audio, or music. During my stay here at AI, I also did freelance work as a sound designer and live sound engineer for community theaters at Hibernian Hall. I also worked at quite a few studios as a session musician, recording engineer, and consultant. With the help of my business partners, I installed the sound for a local church, and I'm their primary sound engineer and troubleshooter. My final term at the Art Institute coincided with the release of Joby the Musical, of which I'm in charge of the musical arrangements, mixing, sound design, and cues, as well as co-music director. I'm still giving private and group instruction. I'm an AES member, and I'm still a family man, striving to help raise 2 amazing children. I am confident that this new path I'm on will take me to new heights, and at least one goal of licensing my music for major motion picture productions and theater productions, as well as game audio, and having a career as a sound healer and music consultant. But thanks to hard work and the top-notch educators at AI, I am much more equipped for the world of professional audio and all that it has in store for me. Thanks again, New England Institute of Art. The soundtrack for this video was composed, performed, and recorded by Kavayah.